Welcome back. It's now time for the Financial Week. Jamaica could miss the timeline set to achieve developed country status through the Vision 2030 National Development Plan. The details in this report.
Our data does suggest that the goals and outcomes, and particularly I would say the targets that were benchmarked against developed country status standards, most likely will not be achieved by 2030.
That admission from Program Manager for Vision 2023 Jamaica, Pisha Brian Lee.
I put in this proviso though. When we started the process of long-term national development planning, we thought of getting to developed country status. We at the time made an assessment in 2007 that this could be done within 21 years to 2030. But the intention was not to be stuck on a timeline, but to be stuck on a pathway and a vision for the Jamaica that we all want.
So what does the progress look like for the development plan, which has been running since 2009? Director General at the Planning Institute of Jamaica, TVJ, Dr. Wayne Henry, says there has been improvements in all 4 national goals. Looking at the most recent data, he says 62.2% of the 75 national outcome indicators have had some movement.
25.7% of targets were fully achieved or exceeded. It's 100%. 6.8% were mostly achieved. That's between 80 to 99%. And 20.3% were somewhat achieved. That's between 40 to 79%. 9.5% were little achieved. It's 1 to 39%. And 37.8% were same as or worse than the baseline year 2007 value.
The areas of advancement include human capital development and strengthened social protection, along with improved fiscal outcomes. As for the things to improve,
gaps in human capital development and social protection, with undesirable rates of chronic non-communicable diseases, NCDs, poverty, school attendance from early childhood to secondary levels of education, falling short of the targets. Challenges to security, safety, and governance, with an overrepresentation of violence and a high per capita murder rate by global standards. Challenges or gaps in economic growth and competitiveness, including low levels of economic growth, insufficient competitiveness and earnings in key sectors.
So, if not 2030, when?
For the next fiscal year, we are planning to commence a process of evaluation. We have already started compiling lessons learned to see what do we need to do, what we've learned from the process to date, and what do we need to do in terms of moving the country forward. So I couldn't give you a timeline right now. It would be a bit irresponsible outside of having those results, but we will keep, I think, the media and the country updated as we go along in terms of looking at what is feasible and what can be done in what timeline.
For the Financial Week, I'm Sandy Williams.
Let's head to the markets now. Foreign exchange trading ended today with banks and Cambio selling the American dollar for an average $158.37. The Canadian is going for $118.85. $209.20 is the average value of the pound, while the euro is trading for $177.61. To the stock market, the JSE index gained 15 points today, while the junior market index improved by 11 points. Among the 40 winners were Knutsford Express Services, Sterling Investments, Jamaica Producers, Express Catering, and Consolidated Bakeries. The 52 decliners included Paramount Trading Jamaica, The Lab, Caribbean Assurance Brokers, Elite Diagnostic, and Epley Caribbean Property Fund. 19 stocks closed the session selling at the same price they started trading. And that's the Financial Week. Please stay with us. Bite of the Week and news from overseas, as well as our international stories, are after the break.